if you are in a hurry, don't like to spend a lot of time getting ready, and are somebody who likes to put on makeup and feel pretty, this video is for you. I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine. Super easy, no fuss, no muss, lasts all day long, and you can get ready in like, let's just say 20-ish minutes. Full like ready, not even just kind of like a kiss or something like this. I can do this typically in less than 20 minutes. So if you want to see that, go ahead and keep watching this way. Okay, let's get started. So you have the base already on. I feel like that obviously is essential to no matter what makeup look, what makeup look you're doing. So I have my moisturizer on, and then I'm going to start off with brows. You know, this actually lasts forever, so it looks like I have none in there, but this would probably last me like another 3 to 6 months. But it's the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Powder. I have the shade 2.5 Neutral Blonde. I mean, obviously my hair is like medium tone brown, but it's really hard for me to find brow powder that I don't think is too dark because of the way that I do my brows. They already look kind of drastic as it is, but it's so hard. I don't have like naturally thick brows. They're not bad by any means, but it's like, you know, I like to enhance the natural arch that I already have. I don't have these beautiful long, you know, brow hairs that just go from underneath, so I prefer a brow powder for the most part. This, I feel like, is such a boring step to wash theoretically, so I'm just gonna go in. The brush that I use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. The number wore off. I want to say it's like number 14. It's just this dual-ended brush where it has a spoolie on one side and then the angled brush here, and I literally will just go in and I fill in. I'll spare you this, but I essentially go underneath there and kind of just fill it in that way too. Is there other ways of doing it? Yes, but this is my everyday version, so we're just gonna do it the way I normally would, so it'll be the most authentic. And typically, mind you, this was like 5 minutes ago, so it's not bad, but I normally like to go right in and do my brows immediately after putting my moisturizer on, because I hydrate the skin with my moisturizer on my eyebrows too, because I feel like it makes the product adhere a little differently, a little bit better sometimes. And you know, obviously to each their own with brows. You do whatever you want to do, I'll do whatever I want to do. And then I go in with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade, I think this one's Neutral Brown. Wow, how does it not say it on here? Okay, I'm pretty positive, but it's Neutral Brown. It's just super micro thin. It has a spoolie on one side as well. And I kind of go in just underneath to make sure. I feel like it almost helps the powder adhere even better. So this is more for longevity. And then sometimes the powder doesn't completely adhere evenly too, and I feel like just going over a little bit with the brow powder or brow pencil, because it's a little bit more waxy, kind of just helps to bind it to the skin a little bit better. And since this one is more of a true neutral color, it's kind of helping to tone down that warmth that I'm randomly seeing. Oh my gosh, they look so drastic on here. Just know that in real life they're not this crazy. Like, this looks absolutely wild. And the fact that I'm so fair, it does not help this look any less crazy. I feel like those people out there that are just blessed with beautiful brow hairs, don't touch them. Like, just leave them alone. I never butchered my brows, but I just feel like I would love that, you know, polished, brushed look. I feel like, what's life like that? If you have brows like that, how's life? Is it exciting? Like, do you love it there? Because the rest of us don't know what that's like. And then for my brow gel, I use the e.l.f. Brow Lift. It's my favorite. It lasts forever, like, as far as like the amount of product. Only have to buy it, honestly, I probably like twice a year, maybe. Kind of just put some of that on the back of the spoolie and then brush it in just a little so it gets embedded into the hairs of the spoolie itself, and then I will just brush up the front section here. I don't think it's going to really translate on camera, unfortunately, but in real life it kind of just gives Helps to soften the front a little, which is, you know, what I'm going for because I don't have that much hair and I want it to look full and nice without being, you know, a block. It might look like that still right now, but just know that in real life it's fine. And then next, after I have my brows on, I'm still going through my SuperGoop glow screen. I do really like this, but since Volition brought back my OG favorite glowy SPF, I'm going through this so I can go back to that. Because I have it, I don't want to waste this product. And it's good and I like it. It gives such a nice dewy base for everything I do. And I feel like it just keeps my face super hydrated throughout the entire day. And obviously having SPF is important when you're going out and about, or you're honestly even just driving in the car, because those sun rays are powerful. So I literally go in everywhere being mindful of my brows, obviously, which are already done. And then the last little bit, I kind of just press under here so that I have nice and hydrated under eyes so concealer doesn't look as heavy. Because for day to day, I do not wear foundation. I have some, I just rarely wear it. And then I just put the rest of my products. Anything skincare wise, I always put the rest of my products on the back of my hands, you know. Preventative. We're out here thinking ahead. We're setting ourselves up for success. My OG favorite concealers during the summer when I have like a little bit of a tan, which I do. I'm normally more fair than this. Sugar. But during the summer months, I mix two shades. I do a Madeline, which is 2.3, and Vanilla, which is my year-round shade. It's the NARS Radient Creamy Concealer. I'm pretty sure everybody and their mother has heard about this concealer and or tried it. It just, you can't beat it in my mind. I've tried other ones which are totally fine. Like I went through my Tower 28. Sometimes I actually will put that down here still for spot treatment. And that one's such a good concealer. I think that you find products along the way, skincare, makeup, you know, life products that you just find yourself going back to. And the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is just that product for me. So I know that it might look like I'm putting a lot on. Mind you, it's a pretty thin layer. As you can see, I'm not dipping back in. I just go in once with the product. But this is because this is really the only like area of coverage I put on my face. I don't use, like I said, foundation very often. So this is just to even out everything there. And then I literally just go in with my finger and blend that out. Kind of bring that on the cheek area too, because I do get redness here still. It is so crazy to me, like how drastically different my skin is to when I was making videos, like all those years ago. I was having such a hard time. I think it was, mind you, I think a lot of stuff still is hormonally based, but I'm just in such a better place with my skin, which is really nice because it all correlates together. If you're having like gut health issues, if you're bloated all the time, you know, if you find you're like losing hair more, your skin is more reactive, whether that's breaking out or redness, like it's all starts from the inside. And as you can see, it just looks like skin, which is my favorite part. It just kind of evens that area out, but it doesn't look cakey and overdone. So I've just been spot concealing with the remnants of my Tower 28 concealer, because I don't know if it'll come on here, but like the sides are scraped like pretty clean, but I know that there's a little bit at the bottom still. So I kind of just go in and like lightly put a little bit here on that area of redness. But as you can see, it's still a good color match. So I try to do a light layer of this so it doesn't get cakey. That's literally it. And I kind of just let it dry down for a little bit before I blend it out, so that way the coverage doesn't get too blurred. Next, I go in with my REFY cream bronzer in the shade Dune. We are definitely nearing the end of this bad boy's life. I really like this shade. It's like the perfect mix between like bronzer and contour, because it has that warmth to it like a bronzer does, but it's definitely more on that neutrally side. It doesn't make you look orange, thank the Lord. Especially when you're fair, it is so hard to find like a really good bronzing shade. that does not pull orange. It is so interesting doing my makeup in natural lighting. Like, I feel like I'm doing the exact same steps as I do on a daily basis, but I feel like I'm just looking at my skin differently. Mind you, I have not been eating the most clean the last couple of days, and my skin is very vocal. If it doesn't like something, it reacts within 24 hours, so I think maybe that's part of the reason I'm looking at this a little differently too. Mind you, the colors do look slightly different in natural lighting. And I just bring this down. So I'm going to dual purpose, use it as that contour and bronzer. And then whatever is left on the brush, I literally will just kind of like fluff into my lid. Literally super, super undone, to where it kind of just adds a little bit of life back into the eye area, so it's not so like sunk in and set, and it blends with the rest of the face. But as you can see, it just adds a really nice natural layer of color. So I really recommend that bronzer if you're looking for a new cream bronzer, or if you're fair and you have trouble finding a good color. I think that one's just really nice. And then the blush that is my current go-to is the I think I used to say this name wrong when I did the video. NUDESTIX Stax. Oh no, it is. It's a NUDESTIX Stax, but it's in the shade Picante Nude. I'm still on that train from that video. Thankfully, I haven't hit pan. I'd be sad if it happened that fast. But it's just like the prettiest peachy orange shade without being too dramatic. Just a little kiss of warmth here. And it has the nicest finish. It just has that like natural matte, so it doesn't make you look oily, especially because that SPF product underneath adds so much glow already. I don't really want extra. And this blush gives me the best of both, because it is subtle, blends super easily, but then doesn't look gross and oily at the end of the day. And they do play well together, because I think this dries down to like a natural matte, and it still plays well with the cream bronzer underneath. I never have any issues with that at the end of the day. And then whatever's kind of left on this brush too, go in messily once again on the eye area to kind of just add a little bit of that same tone, and so everything kind of just lines up. Super simple, super easy. If I'm feeling frisky, I'll add a little bit of like a dark brown powder liner just to the waterline up top. Blend that out ever so slightly just for a little bit more definition, which takes like mere minutes. But I don't know, do I want to do that today? Because we're doing it every day, so this is something that I would do every day, but I've been feeling like kind of switching it up, so just for shits and gigs, we'll do that real fast. And I can show you my favorite brush of all time for doing that, which is the Smith, I think it's the 302. The number's kind of rubbing off, but I'm pretty sure it's Smith 302. It's just a slightly angled, small detail brush. And the palette is the Going Coconuts from Color Palette. Well, you can't see that, but that's what that is. And the shade I use, my two commonly most used shades are these two. Obviously, I've hit pan, but we're going to go in with Nutty, which is that rich, dark, cool tone shade. So this one I have to be very precise with, because I don't want a really thick line. So I literally wiggle that in like directly above the lash line, and try and keep it as small and even all the way throughout as possible. Literally, that's pretty much it. It's actually kind of nice doing this part in natural light. I feel like the angle's better than what I normally do. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'll do, is just super, super simple small line. I don't know what it is. Does anybody else have this problem? Like, you can do one eye so much easier than the other. I just feel like for some strange reason. Maybe it's because I'm a lefty and I do my left eye better than right, because I have to cross over. Changes the angle or something. That's the only thing I could think of, but yeah. yeah, literally that's it. That took 60 seconds max. I don't even know if it took that long. My favorite mascara still is the Make Waves mascara in the color Jet from Tower 28. It's just super, super duper good for adding volume and definition. And it doesn't smudge underneath my lash line because I don't set anything with powder on a typical basis. And I do like to put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes. This doesn't transfer underneath my eyes, which is really hard to find actually. So that's just one coat of mascara. And I can actually use the same without dipping it again to start the other eye. Kind of just go in with whatever side of the wand I didn't use on the first eye. Just as like a good base. This mascara is just so good. I do appreciate a more like thicker formula, but that's just one coat. It's so freaking good. I do kind of want to pick up the brown during the Sephora sale later this year. Or if they do that buy one, get one, either half off or free. I think Sephora does a sale like that. It's like a mascara only sale once a year. Maybe I'll pick up a brown one and a black one because it's just so good. And I would like to see what that would look like on my eye color. Wow, the angle down here is so great. Normally I'd be getting this all over my eye. Like the lid, the upper lid. This is so... Look at us guys, we're just doing the things. And then I do mascara on like the outer corner only really. Just the lightest coat. Okay. And then that's it for pretty much everything. Except for, I'm going to show you my new favorite, or not my new, but I found the color of my favorite lip liner that I hadn't used in a while. I'm going to show you because it looks so stinking good. Okay, if you like pinky toned lip liners, you need this. I always start with a foundation or a base. I use my favorite since the beginning of time, the ChapStick candy cane. I buy like a ton of those every year when they come out during Christmas, and I use them throughout the entire year. That is the only ChapStick I really use. I use lip balms, but those are different. But it's the NYX Professional, the Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cans. Like France, C-A-N-N-E-S, like that Cans. Looks like this. And I will show you the glory. Like, oh, so freaking good. I'll go directly over without wiping any of that chapstick off. It gives you the most beautiful base. I will line both top and bottom. And then I turn the pencil on the side and I kind of blend it in that way so it's a little bit softer and you're not depositing quite as much product. This is so strange. It looks a little bit more of like a brighter pink here on camera, but in real life it's like more of like a rose shade. It might be because normally I put the chapstick on and I wait like 5 minutes and then I apply it, so it has a little bit more time to sink in, so maybe that kind of affected the color payoff because I do blend it in instead of just going and filling it in with the amount of product that you line with. But anyway, I just think that it's the most beautiful lip liner and it lasts for hours and hours and hours and hours, especially because you put the chapstick underneath so your lips are hydrated so it doesn't start crackling off throughout the day while you're wearing it with the product on top of it, because it kind of just glides over the skin on your lips instead of sinking into the lines. Sometimes I'll add a gloss, but with this it's hydrated enough that I don't think I will. That's literally it. That is my everyday makeup. Takes less than this video because I'm talking through and I get excited, but I can probably finish my makeup in like 20 minutes. Super easy go-to, and because I don't wear the foundation, I don't really have to worry about any of this area breaking down with the product, which is kind of what tends to happen with my skin. For whatever reason, it breaks up around this area. So by avoiding that, I don't have that issue anymore. So that is all in real time. Obviously I'll edit the boring parts of me just sitting and blending, just snippets here and there, and I apologize if I keep looking up, like, in bad habit. So that is my easy, go-to, everyday, glowy, healthy makeup routine. I will mention all the products I used down below and the shades that I use as well. But if you have any questions about any of these things, let's keep it positive here. If you have any questions about what I used or different shade recommendations of certain things, I guess, I got you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be seeing you very soon in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, like, we're gonna be besties. So it's easier that way when you're subscribing, so you already know when we can communicate through here, you know? Like, we gotta communicate. We gotta keep up the communication lines. We gotta do that. You gotta subscribe so that can happen. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Bye.